Is that the difference we're seeing in the generational, or the generations changing from being tough it out to now? Yeah.
Maybe let me, question or not, let me respond in this way, and with a bit of personal reflection. I'm not sure I can claim to be a different generation than you. Don't know about you, Dunnie.
No, don't let these wrinkles confuse you. They're running out of room horizontally, so now they're starting to go vertical,
So
KT.
if I reflect as a child, one of the taboo subjects was talking about the war with my grandfather.
Yeah. Okay.
So he was a Gallipoli veteran. So he was on the beaches in 1915 at Gallipoli. And it was an absolute no-go subject. Yeah. Don't ask any questions, don't mention, a bit like Faulty Towers, don't mention the war.
Yeah.
Quite literally.
Yeah.
He was a loving grandfather, loving husband and father, but there was a part of his personality that was locked up and died years ago.
Yeah.
Now, that isn't being hard, that isn't being tough, that is losing part of his personality, gone forever.
Wow.
And that was my experience as a child. Roll forward to the 1970s when I joined the police, and we did not have debriefs back then. You go to a fatal vehicle crash or to an assault or a sudden death, or the whole spectrum of trauma-inducing incidents. And I've been to all of them, more times than I care to remember. Back then it was harden up. Don't be a wuss. Nothing wrong with that. If you can't hack it, if you don't like the heat, you need to leave the kitchen.
Find another job.
Yeah, find another job. And it wasn't that the people I worked with were tougher back then than this current generation. It's that we were, if it's going to be really blunt, we're stupid. Because these things are not generationally bound. It's like fitness. All of a sudden there's a fitness craze, but we didn't do it 2 generations ago. All of a sudden we've suddenly discovered we can do it. No, it's always been there. If you want your body to work properly, you exercise it. If you want your emotional intelligence, or if you want your brain to work properly, you need to treat it appropriately. So 2 things. There's your critical incidents, acute trauma, and then there's this cumulative stuff that just insidiously builds up over time. Yeah. So I think organisations like FENS and police and ambulance and Defence Force and others, hospitals as well, have recognised that this is a real thing.
Yeah,
they're not playing a game. Although, to be fair, there are some people who will always take advantage and take the mickey, but by and large, recognise that the impacts of attending these incidents are real. They do have an effect, and that's why you've got all these programs now for trauma debriefs. And my, so much my plea, my message to anybody still serving who is invited to a post-incident debrief, goes, nah, I'm fine, I'm tough, I can hack it, is, no, you're not. Take advantage of what's available to you, because cumulatively these things sneak up on you. And I think it's really important to take advantage of that. So to answer your, whether it was a question or not, no, previous generations were not stronger. They just did not have the tools. They suffered. And if I look at some of the tough macho people I worked with in the 70s and 80s, many of them are broken people now because they thought they were tougher than they really were.